post. Let me find this post I just did.
Alrighty.
You keep going. I'm just going to look at this last post I did.
All right. It is sending data to the group. I wonder what is going on here. Is it showing live on your streams? It's saying it's unable to connect to the group. So hold on.
Let me see. Mine says I am live. Yes, I am live.
Alrighty. So you go ahead and start talking. I'm going to work over here trying to get this, figure out why I can't get this group connected. You just start going.
All right. I just wondered. So I just came across something of interest today. Let me see if I can share my screen on this and show you what I'm talking about. There is a post I put on LinkedIn today regarding a new protein that was found. Let me see what they call it. It's fat-specific protein 27, FSP27. Now, the thing is this protein is not only found in fat, but they thought that was the case in the beginning. And this is allegedly going to be the next best thing to Wegovy and Ozempic and all these semaglutides that are out there right now. Is they found that this thing will make your body produce more of its own GLP-1. So what Ozempic and Wegovy are artificial GLP-1. And GLP-1 is this hormone that is made from the intestines, and it has two functions. It works on two sites. Number one, it works on your intestines. It slows down the movement of your intestines, which will make you feel fuller. But it also has some negative effects, like it can cause severe constipation. It can make you nauseated. About a quarter of everybody that goes on Ozempic cannot tolerate it because of the nausea. But they also have noticed that it works on the brain level too. There's very few things that work. Well, I won't say that, but there's only a few things that work both on your guts and your brain at the same time. So it works on the hunger centers in your brain, quiets those down so you're not so hungry. So the net effect of GLP-1 is to get you to stop eating. And this protein will just make your body make more of its own GLP-1, which in my mind is a little bit safer and is probably not going to have all the side effects. A lot of people, you may have heard about the side effects of Ozempic and Wegovy, the potential downsides, or you may not have if you're not really interested to know, you just want to take it. But some of the more serious ones, in my mind, the most serious of the potential complications of those drugs is gastroparesis, paralysis of your intestines. If your intestines can become paralyzed, then you can get a perforation of the bowel. You may, it's a really life-threatening situation. You can have infarction of the bowel. We've seen a number of people have that, and especially those who are on Ozempic that got exposed to anesthesia. And if you get the combination of anesthesia and Ozempic or Wegovy and all this, there's a little bit more likelihood of bowel paralysis. Anesthesia tends to put the bowels to sleep for a while too. So it's like a double hit. The second big potential complication of those in my mind is pancreatitis. And even though it's rare, but pancreatitis can carry a mortality rate. That means a death rate of up to 50%. So almost 1 in 2 can die from pancreatitis, especially if it's a serious case of pancreatitis. So, James, are you still with me? I hear clicking, but I don't know if you're here.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I am working. Yep.
Okay. All right.
You're just on the screen. Yep.
So my thought is, if we can find something that raises your body's own endogenous GLP-1, that's going to be a safer option. Just let you, and rather than making some weird analog that's actually seems to work, it has a more potent effect than your body's own GLP-1. I mean, the GLP-1 effect is only supposed to be so strong. If it's too strong, then you get complications. And so why not have something that just raises the endogenous level, meaning your body's own production of it? That'd be a better option. And if this protein turns out to be the next best thing, then great. But there's already supplements out there now that raise your body's GLP-1 and not insignificantly either. It's not like a mild effect, like it's good and strong appetite suppression. James, why don't you show them what we have that, and I've been taking this product for the last 2.5 years, and it's called Unimate, and it is an extract from a tea, completely natural. There's nothing, really man-made about it. It's just they've extracted the goodness out of this yerba mate plant, and that's it, and put it into a packet in a highly concentrated form. There's absolutely no downsides to it. Some people rarely, if you have any sensitivity to caffeine, like if you got a heart condition that you can't tolerate caffeine, this has got a little bit of caffeine, but not much. So it's only about a cup of coffee's worth. And if you got anything else, that's wrong, like maybe people with gastric ulcers or who are prone to what do you call it? What am I thinking of? Peptic ulcers or gastritis. People who have that kind of problem, maybe it's not so great for them. But apart from that, I haven't had anybody have any serious side effects at all. So, James, what are you thinking about? I can tell something's on your mind.
Just thinking about, how probably some people are thinking it's just as easier to go to the doctor and get the artificial stuff to get injected into your system. And that's really what led me to this system after I came into contact with you on social media, was just the fact that I wasn't going to, put anything artificial in my body. My doctor told me I was, borderline pre-type 2 and needed to kind of get that going, and was very insulin resistant. And so I just took a chance on the product, and it really just delivered the best results that I ever had. So I guess what I would tell people, if they're ever really, wondering about, wanting to try it and to get into it and to, just give it a shot. For me, it was the number one, it was the 90-day money back guarantee. So I really had nothing to lose from a financial standpoint. And then the second thing was it had credibility with me, just because associations of a neurosurgeon involved with it. And then the more I got to know about the business and the company, the more people who I saw in it who were from the healthcare sector also added even more credibility to it. And then when you dig into it more, you see that it's got, 4 or 5 patents on it. It's listed in the physician's desk reference. So, your doctor, wherever you're at, he can, reference this product, and he can see it. And so for me,
I only got involved with it purely on its merits, that it did something for me. That's the way most people tend to do things. And when I deal with a lot of medications in my practice, and I acknowledge that some of them are effective at what they do for different medical problems. I had an issue myself with weight control and with pre-diabetes, and I had a cholesterol problem. And when I went on this product, I watched my numbers go down. So it was like, it was a very personal experience that this happened. And so, as a neurosurgeon, I tend to not want to waste time with touchy-feely, not so well-proven things. But I got on this, and it absolutely worked. And so, and then it just kind of confirmed to me that this is effective, because it was listed in this physician's desk reference that we look at, to check drugs. Uh, but I would have done it without its listing in the PDR just because I could see. I mean, I took it and it worked, and I didn't have. I've been on it
Right.
2.5 years with no side effects at all. And rather than losing muscle like many people do on Ozempic, I've actually gained muscle mass in the last 2 years. So I'm even more metabolically flexible than I ever was. More muscle you have, the more metabolically flexible you are. And as you get older, you start losing muscle after a certain age. But we're finding that you can continue to build muscle with a few little manipulations that are not pharmacologic either. You wear like these special body suits that can help you to build muscle uh, when you exercise, even into your 60s. So the more muscle you have, the more function you retain, the longer you live, the fewer health problems that you get. It seems to be that muscle is like the key ingredient for longevity.
Well, I
Those-
just know I weighed this morning at 266.2 and I was 335 in July. And for me,
Wow.
I felt the results, the effects of it within about the first probably 7 to 10 days.
Yeah.
Just feeling better, or feeling great, because it's the name of the system, and it was named appropriately because you feel great every day, and what it's been able to do for me from a total wellness perspective, an
Yeah.
exercise perspective, to go really to fast 24 hours like I did, which is what I've challenged myself with through the month of January, to go from one meal a day and then to be able to eat one meal a day and then go and work out for 90 minutes, not necessarily because I have to, but just because I can. Now I can do
Yes.
30 minutes of cardio on an elliptical machine, and I can do a good nice hour of some resistance and hit training, and I can plank for a minute, and I can do ropes for 45 seconds, and just things that I couldn't even dream about doing
About
6 or
you
8 months.
too, I've watched how your speed of thought and also just your general vigor, has increased as you've reversed your metabolic situation. Your thinking is a lot more on point and quicker, and you just have more like vigor about you. You
Right.
just when we first met, you were in trouble. You're at the beginning of things, that's the thing about being insulin resistant. It dumbs you down. It's sort of like it's like puts a cloud over your brain, and you can't really
Yeah.
think, and takes your energy. And I've watched you just sort of come alive, over the last, how long has it been now?
July 8th. So
Yeah,
it's
you're half a year. Yeah.
half a, what was funny was we went and did a spa day last week, and we did one in September. So when I went in September, I had lost 35 pounds since July. And then, so me and my wife will do this. We'll go to a spa about every 3 months and do a spa day. And so then we went to the spa this week, or last week. I was down 65 pounds. So I lost another 30 since September. So then when I made the appointment for April, I thought, am I going to be another 30 pounds down? Which my goal is to ultimately get to about 10% body fat or less. And I don't
Yeah.
know that I've ever been at that level since I was probably 7 years old, if I had to guess.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah. My
think
mother,
yeah, go ahead.
my mother always liked to tell a story of how when I was in the third grade and I was 8 years old, I got my tonsils and my adenoids taken out. And over that school year, I went from a slim to a regular to a husky. And I was anemic as a child. And after that, I always carried a little bit of body fat on me. Even playing sports, I always had some body fat on me. But I'm gonna reverse that throughout
I
this year.
I am at 20% body fat, which is it's in the ideal zone. So there's like 4 zones. There's the like super ideal perfection. And I think to get into that, you got to get like less than 16 or 18% or something, 16. And I've been there. When I first went on this product, I got down into about 15 or 16% body fat. But I found that for me personally, I looked a bit aged at that low, super low body fat. And I call it vanity, but I just didn't like the way I looked so much that low. What I like though is having a choice, first of all,
Right.
of where I want to be. So it's not like this product like will just wither you to the bone and you just wither away. It gives you control is what it does. And so that you can make better decisions what you eat. So
I think for the biggest thing for me, as I was telling somebody the other day about the product, is about 10 or 12 years ago, when I lived in another part of the country, I was walking a lot, doing a lot of exercise, 7 miles a day, and was really counting calories and was probably now I'm about 7 pounds lower in weight than I was at that time, which is probably the best shape I've been in as an adult. Uh, but now I'm in a 36-inch waist, where
mm,
before I was at that weight, I was at a 38-inch waist.
wow.
And the last time I was in a 36-inch waist was when I was in high school. So, and which was 30, almost 33 years ago. So
Wow.
the way it changes your body, it's really, you
It
know,
is remarkable. I mean,
it, it is.
I was just tired of being hungry all of the time. Like I was preoccupied with the thought of food all the time. And today it hit 5 o'clock and I've realized I had forgotten I hadn't eaten anything. And I was like, man, I need to go eat something. And so, I mean, just like when you were a kid, you forget to eat, which
Well,
never
today I
happened.
didn't eat. I ate one meal, and I didn't, doing even like I said, challenging myself through January. I will do some bone broth, at lunch, and that doesn't break my fast. And I'll do it with a balance, and to kind of fill me up a little bit, and that kind of helps prolong my fast. But then today I didn't even do the bone broth, and I really didn't miss it. I was just, and then normally I work out in the middle, early in the morning, but today I did it later in the afternoon, about 3 o'clock. Because for me, I find that if I wake up in the morning and I'm hungry,
Yeah.
but once I drink the Unimate, it kind of fills me up. But then if I work out on my fast and get my metabolism up, then that even kind of feeds my hunger. It doesn't, my hunger kind of goes away as my body kind of starts, for lack of a better word, kind of, eating itself, dissolving into itself, melting into itself. So that's when I really, you know, the
Yeah.
exercise during the fast even helps my curb my appetite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all right. I'm just looking here to see if I'm actually broadcasting. I mean, it says I'm live, but I have no idea. I have no
You
way to know.
you are live.
Oh, you can see me there?
Yeah, you are going live on your Facebook.
Okay. There you have it.
So
All right.
still a little work to do in our group, but I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post it in there later, but I'm gonna figure out when we can get that stream going, come one way or another. So
Yeah.
all righty.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, we're doing this regularly on Monday nights. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monday PM Eastern. Yep.
All right. So we'll plan on seeing everybody then again on Monday evening next
All right.
week. All right.
Good deal.
See you later.
Bye.